What's up, DFS players? We only have one WNBA game today, Sky Aces. You can see the Sky are slight favorites in betting markets, and we're going to be going through the best player props on PrizePicks. So we had a pretty good day yesterday, some early MLB cashes, and what we're going to be going into is what are the best WNBA props for today. There's one game, let's figure out the best props. So as a recap of how PrizePicks works, because it's one of the only platforms to offer WNBA player props, is you can't just bet on one thing on PrizePicks. It's not how PrizePicks works. Everything has to be included into a parlay. But what's interesting is all parlays on PrizePicks will have the exact same odds. 20 to win 60, which means 20 to win 40 in profit. And you can see if we switch things from overs to unders, if we switch around picks, it's always going to be 20 to win 60 plus 200 odds. So because any parlays plus 200 odds, we've gone through this math a bunch of time, but essentially that means PrizePicks is giving you minus 137 odds on any player prop you select, right? We've gone through this math tons of times, so if you're interested in how PrizePicks works, the math behind PrizePicks, how their payouts work, there will be a video on the end screen, but I'm kind of going to skip over it. But long story short, PrizePicks offers the implied juice, the implied price of minus 137 on any player prop you want to bet, right? It's going to be minus 137 on the over and the under. So essentially what this means is we can ruthlessly compare the lines on PrizePicks to those on the sportsbooks and find these spots with value, right? So for example, if you look at player assists, we can see Chelsea Gray is over 5.5 assists on PrizePicks, right? The sportsbooks are setting her at over under 6.5. 4 sportsbooks are setting her line at over under 6.5. And we can get over 5.5 on PrizePicks at the implied price of minus 137. So this is a bet you want to hammer on PrizePicks. They're a full assist lower than the entire betting market, right? And that's how OddsJam works. It's just constantly scanning these lines, updating them in real time, so you can look and compare the lines on PrizePicks to those on the sportsbooks and find these massive line discrepancies. So this is the first prop you definitely want to be on today. Chelsea Gray, over 5.5 assists. She's averaging 6.1 on the season. Hammer it today. Should be a good WNBA game as well. I'd also like to make a plug, if you're not in it already, join the OddsJam Discord server. It's pretty cool. So not only, can't make YouTube videos all day long, and obviously it does take time to find good bets. Sports betting is time intensive. DFS is time intensive. So we give out some free picks daily. There's a premium channel for DFS, PrizePicks, and then also for sports betting. And we just share, all of our bets essentially we make in real time in one of the appropriate channels. So regardless, first bet I have, Chelsea Gray over 5.5 assists, lock it in. Huge line discrepancy from the sports books. Now the second one is even more ridiculous. It's even more ridiculous. So if we scroll, we can see right here, we have Ka over 13.5 points. She's averaging, I think, 14.8 on the season. And you can see over 13.5 points, you can get that on PrizePicks. PrizePicks is setting her line, her over-under at 13.5. The sportsbooks are at 16.5. That's a massive freaking line discrepancy, right? They're 3 full points lower on PrizePicks. If she has 14, 15, or 16 points, the over cashes on PrizePicks, whereas you'd lose on the sportsbooks. More efficient betting markets taking more action. It's a massive line discrepancy. Whatever you're playing on PrizePicks today, hammer the over 13.5. Absolutely ridiculous. So what we can do is go ahead and lock it in. So we have Gray right here, or no, we wanted first, what was her name? We want Ka Cooper right here. We want her over, and then we want Chelsea Gray assists. So we can go right here, assists, over, and we can lock it in. So this is going to be my PrizePicks pick for the day. You can see I already bet it, but I'll rebet it a little more. 13.5 points for Ka Cooper. Over 5.5 assists for Chelsea Gray. WNBA best bet. Insane value on PrizePicks. Ridiculous. Just casually 3 points off on a player points market from the entire sports betting market. Ridiculous value. Hammer it. Let's make money.